place. Before Wicker, we do Tefillin. You want to come over to my place before Wicker? We do Tefillin. Uber to my place. Uber to my place and I'll drive us to Wicker.
Andy.
Uber to my place and I'll drive us to Wicker.
Sing with me that wonderful peroration to an ancient adoration. I am he, the boundless spirit, having sight in the feet, strong and the immortal fire. I am he, the truth. I am he who hates that evil should be wrought in the world. I am he that lighteneth and thundereth. I am he from whom is the shower of the life of earth. I am he whose mouth ever flameth. I am he, the begetter and manifester unto the light. I am he, the grace of the world. The heart girt with a serpent is my name. Now take a deep breath. Stretch and twist your body. Terminate the state of bliss, of ecstasy.
Libertarian Nationwide, this is Michael. How can I be your pet today?
We got a puppy last year, and I realized we have not put him on the insurance, so we want to do that.
Wonderful. Is there anybody that can tell how wonderful you are? Thank you for being one in a million of nationwide protected pets.
At City Colleges of Chicago, I'm part of the community that wants me to succeed in my classes, career, and life. It's a great education that I can afford, and it's open to everyone. Love it. Live it with classes at City Colleges of Chicago.
Invocation of trust. Procul, o procul esti profani, on lasti, on pena. In the name of the mighty and terrible one, I proclaim that I have banished the shells unto their habitation. I invoke Tahuti, the Lord of wisdom and of utterance, the God that cometh forth from the veil. O thou majesty of the Godhead, wisdom crowns Tahuti, Lord of the gates of the universe, thee I invoke. O thou of the ibis head, thee I invoke. Thou who wieldest the wand of double power, thee I invoke. Thou who bearest in thy left hand the rose and cross of light and life, thee I invoke. Thou whose head is as an emerald, and thy limbs as the night sky blue, thee I invoke. Thou whose skin is of flaming orange as though it burned in a furnace, thee I invoke. Behold, I am yesterday, today, and the brother of tomorrow. I am born again and again. Mine is the unseen force whereof the gods are sprung, which is as light unto the dwellers in the watchtowers of the universe. I am the charioteer of the east, lord of the past and of the future. I see by mine own inward light, Lord of resurrection, who cometh forth from the dust, and my birth is from the house of death. O ye two divine forth on your pinnacles, who keep watch over the universe, ye who accompany the bier to the house of rest, who pilot the ship of God, ever advancing onwards, the heights of heaven, Lord of the shrine which stands in the center of the earth. He is in me, and I in him. Mine is the radiance, wherein the fog floats over the firmament. I travel upon high. I tread upon the firmament of you. I raise the flashing flame with the lightning of mine eye, ever rushing on with the splendor of the daily glorifying law, giving my life to the dwellers of earth. If I say, come up upon the mountain, the celestial waters shall flow at my word. For I am Ra incarnate, therefore created in the flesh. I am the eidolon of my father Tanu, Lord of the city of the sun. The God who commands is in my mouth. The God of wisdom is in my heart.
Comunista.
My tongue is the sanctuary
Comunista.
and the guardian of my lips.
Comunista.
My word is accomplished every day,
Comunista.
and the desire of my heart realizes itself.
In Chicago, Cocaine Democrat judge that releases receiving the federal funds and economics for no cash bail will be arrested, indicted, and charged with murder first degree in RICO, subject to asset forfeiture and due upon buying capital punishment by firing Scott per DOJ federal guidelines. Legal assistance from court and legal aid from call ICE, struggling protected borders. The narrative here, I will request the phrase terms and details to suspend the safeguard and pursue against the women and Democrat and shall principal advantage as a main vote to force the U.S. Supreme Court to determine the constitutionality of the safeguard.
Thou art the same, or present in heaven and in hell. Thou that vibratest between the light and the darkness, rising, ascending, changing ever are you never the same. The sun is thy father, thy mother the moon. The wind hath borne thee in its bosom, and earth has never nourished the changeless guardian of light. Come thou forth, I say, come thou forth, and make all spirits subject unto me. There is every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of glory air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God's vast one may be obedient unto thee. did create the earth and the heavens, thee that did create the night and the day, thee that did create the darkness and the light. Thou art Asa or Nepha, whom no man hath seen at any time. Thou art Yahweh. Thou art Ear, a Tophras Ra. Thou hast distinguished between the just and the unjust. Thou didst make the female and the male. Thou didst produce the seeds and the fruit. Thou didst form men to love one another and to hate one another. I am Uncle
Switzerland once had a strict rule. Anyone passing by this military.
Commit thy mysteries, the ceremonies of Hem. Thou didst produce the moist and the dry, and that which nourisheth all created life. Hear thou me, for I am the angel of Ptah, a Tophras Ra. This is thy true name, handed down to the prophets of Hem. Hear me. Array the Alf, Ripet, Atheliberset, They Lathan, Arbeu, Abeu, Theta So A, Ebe, Theaof. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. I invoke thee, the terrible and invisible God, who dwellest in the void place of the Spirit. So thou Ludorio the bornless one, hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. Hear me, who are of Mario Dom, Babylon Balbin Abaft, Asalo 9, Archen E, Proteth, Abra Sex, R-A-O-O-U, Ishure, mighty and bornless one. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. I invoke thee, E-O-E-O-L, Kothan, Asori Balo, Abraham. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of a rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. Hear me. Thus Isak, Sabaoth. This is the Lord of the gods. This is the Lord of the universe. This is he whom the winds fear. This is he who, having made voice by his commandment, is Lord of all things, King, ruler, and helper. Hear me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God,
Right. How did
may
Elisha
be
Patel
obedient
pass
unto
away?
me.
How can the CTU educate students with intelligence and limit their propaganda to educating students?
E-A-O-U, hey-oo-ray, E-O-U, hey-oo-ray, E-R, E-R-A-O, E-O-O-U, Abrasax, Shagri-am, O-O, Oof, Oof, Otto 9, A-Day, A-Do, Angelos Tontheon, and Lala Lai, Dar-E-R. R-A-Pay, Diathana Thoron. I am he, the born of the Spirit, having sight in the feet, strong and the immortal fire. I am he, the truth. I am he who hate, that evil should be wrought in the world. I am he that lighteneth and thundereth. I am he from whom is the shower of the life of earth. I am he whose mouth ever flameth. I am he the begetter and manifester unto the light. I am he, the grace of the worlds. The heart girt with a serpent is my name. Come thou forth and follow me, and make all spirits subject unto me, so that every spirit of the firmament and of the ether, upon the earth and under the earth, on dry land and in the water, of whirling air and of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God may be obedient unto me. E-R-O, Saba-O. Such are the words.
The invocation of Isis. I beheld a great wonder in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, with the moon at her feet, and on her head was a diadem of the 12 stars. Hear me, O Lady Isis, hear and save. O thou Queen of love and mercy, thou crowned with a throne, thou horned as with the moon, thou whose countenance is mild and glowing, even as grass refreshed by rain. Hear me, Our Lady Isis, hear and save. O thou who art in matter manifest, thou bride and queen, as thou art mother and daughter of the slain one. O thou who art the Lady of the earth, hear me, O Lady Isis, hear and save. O thou Lady of the amber skin, Lady of love and victory, bright gate of glory through the darkening skies, O crowned with light and life and love, hear me, Our Lady, hear and save. By thy sacred flower, the lotus of eternal life and beauty,
by thy love and mercy, by thy wrath and vengeance, by my desire toward thee, by all the magical names of old, hear me, O Lady, hear and save. Open thy bosom to thy child, stretch forth thine arms, and strain me to thy breast. Let my lips touch thy lips ineffable. Hear me, O Lady Isis, hear and save. Lift up thy voice to aid me in this critical hour. Lift up thy voice most musical. Cry aloud, O Queen and Mother, to save me from that I fear most. I invoke thee to initiate my soul. The whirling of my dance, may it be a spell and a link with thy great light, so that in the darkest hour the light may arise in me and bring me to thine own glory and incorruptibility. Isis am I, and from my life are fed all showers and suns, all moons that wax and wane,
Greg, analyze
all
this post and
stars
point out
and streams,
inaccuracies and
the
assumptions
living and the
related
dead,
to news.
the mystery of pleasure and of pain. I am the mother, I, the speaking sea. I am the earth and its fertility, life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness, return to me, to me. Isis am I, and to my beauty drawn, all glories of the universe bow down, the blossom and the mountain and the dawn, fruit blush and woman, our creation's crown. I am the priest, the sacrifice, the shrine. I am the love and life of the divine. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness are surely mine, are mine. Isis am I, the love and light of earth, the wealth of kisses, the delight of tears, the barren pleasure never come to birth, the endless, infinite desire of years. I am the shrine at which thy long desire devoured thee with intolerable fire. I was song, music, passion, death upon thy lyre, thy lyre. I am the grail and I the glory now. I am the flame and fuel of thy breast. I am the star of God upon thy brow. I am thy queen, enraptured and possessed. Hide thee, sweet river. Welcome to the sea, ocean of love that shall encompass thee. Life, death, love, hatred, light, darkness, return to me, to me. Hear, Lady Isis, and receive my prayer. Thee I worship and invoke. Hail to thee, sole mother of my life.
One more pack. Hey, let's go. Origin Form Palkia V-Star. Super playable card. Challenge completed. We got to rip some packs and open some mystery bags and got some awesome hits.
Today I'm going to show you how to do the perfect lip combo. First, you need your liner. What do you usually do while you're doing your makeup? Once I got comfortable with my routine, I could watch many dramas while doing my makeup. What? One swap is nothing compared to killing my baby. Just like now, I can watch mini dramas on TikTok Live while doing my makeup. Recently, I've been watching this mini drama. It's a really
Did you just hear that? She's like doing her makeup and then talking about how to kill her baby. What the
If you
fuck
have
was
some free
that?
time, you should download TikTok Live.
Did you hear that shit for TikTok Live? That was like a total neural implant. What the fuck was that?
On all these tapes be performed regularly. Sooner or later, some salutary results may follow. You might then wish to offer up a prayer of thanksgiving at the opening of each practice session. Use your own imagination and ingenious to compose the kind of prayer that suits you and your own beliefs, rather than follow slavishly some already existent prayer, no matter how excellent it may be. The practice of the presence of God. Let us dedicate this work to an awareness of the ever-living God by using an ancient prayer. Who should not praise thee, O Lord of the universe, unto whom there is none like, whose dwelling is in heaven, and in every virtuous and God-fearing heart. O God, thou vast one, thou art in all things. O nature, thou self from nothing, for what else can I call thee? In myself I am nothing. In thee I am self, and exist in thy selfhood from eternity. Live thou in me, and bring me unto that self which is in thee. Lie down and make yourself comfortable. Relax completely. Breathe easily and rhythmically. Meditate on the fact that your body is composed of millions of atoms. Each atom is composed of electrons and protons orbiting about a center. Vast open spaces exist between these particles. These atoms form all our bodily tissues, forming the cells, the bones, the skin, all muscles, and all the elements of the bloodstream. The whole body really is made up rather like a woman's hairnet. Millions of holes or spaces connected by thin, gossamer threads. Think of the skin on your face, covering your whole head. These in skin perforated by millions of tiny holes, which we call pores. Imagine and feel that these pores are opening up, stretching wide. Your face has thus become transformed into a network or a honeycomb. Millions and millions of yawning open holes loosely knit together by fine, thin filaments. Now extend the mental picture to include the neck and shoulders. See the skin covering these areas, becoming a fine lacework of holes. Do the same with the chest. The arms and hands are mere extensions of the chest segment. These areas of your body are now largely open holes. Space is held together by loosely woven thin threads. Feel the holes stretching and opening as you slowly move your imagination into the abdominal area, into the whole length of the back, down into the pelvis, the thigh area, and your legs and feet. See and feel the entire skin covering of your body as a hairnet or as a honeycomb through which the air around you can flow into you and through you. Now return your attention to the head. Realize that the contents of your skull and brain are made up of atoms and even smaller particles, all of them separated by enormous spaces. Feel that the bones, the blood vessels within the brain, and the cells of the brain itself are very porous, filled with holes similar to a sponge. Let your imagination extend down into your neck, your shoulders, your arms, and your chest. The whole upper part of your body. The inside, not the external skin this time. Feel that all this vital tissue within is no longer solid and impervious to the air. It is porous and sponge-like because the tissue is nothing but millions of holes, vast spaces lightly connected by thin filaments. you continue working in this manner, you will experience a distinct physical sensation, rather difficult to describe, but it is distinct, different from anything you've ever experienced before. Now go down to the abdomen and the pelvis. Consider them together. Feel the solid tissue becoming transformed into a honeycomb. Millions of holes, the spaces between the atomic particles composing them, tied together with a network of little threads and filaments. The whole area is thin and feels like a sponge. Extend this method to the thighs, to the legs, and the feet. Continue your imaginative efforts, seeing the bones, the muscles, blood vessels, all composed of minute particles between which are vast spaces. All the apparently solid tissue is transformed into a honeycomb, into millions of holes flimsily connected by fine filaments and threads. Pause for a moment. Get a view of the organism as a whole. The skin outside, the organs and other tissues inside. All of you is now
It's even higher. Wow.
from the top of the head to the top of the toe. You are full of holes. All of you is simply a mass of holes, connected lightly by threads. You are no longer solid matter. You never were. As a result, you can feel the surrounding air flow through you. Sense the air permeating you, pouring in from every direction. There are no impediments to the free movement of this air. This air, which is life itself. you are bathed in an ocean of spirit. It is spirit which you are breathing in and spirit which you are breathing out. Taking in and giving forth the one universal spirit in which you live and move and have your being. Realize your imagination has transformed all your tissues into sponge-like substance. From head to toe, all of you, you are one vast sponge, open to the divine force surrounding you. Your sponge-like body offers absolutely no resistance to the living air coming in and passing through your body from any direction. You are no longer breathing only with your nose or chest. But actually, you are breathing through every pore of your being. As you inhale, feel the air pour into your spongy body from head to toe. As you breathe out, the air passes all the way through your body, coming out through your head, through your back, your abdomen, your legs. Continue your rhythmic breathing. Feel the air flowing in and through your body. Your body is nothing but a mass of holes, spaces tied together by thread, no longer dense and solid. Air pours through you, ascending feet and legs through the entire body and making exits through your head and everywhere else. Now the air is coming in through the front of your body, and as you exhale, it goes out to your sides and back. Inhale, and the air flows in. Exhale, and the air flows out. this rhythm, this new and most pleasurable experience of the divine life entering you, this is taking over. With each inhalation, you breathe in life and spirit.
Bob 3X.
This air that is coursing through your body is the carrier of life. This air is the divine spirit which is created, and so can transform, heal, harmonize, and restore our everyday lives. This is the one life animating all creative things. God is coming into your life, into your very body, filling it with divine spirit. As you breathe in, as the air rushes through your body and mind, you are in reality opening yourself to the ever-present and power of God. The consciousness of God is pervading every part of your body, every nook and cranny of your mind, conscious as well as unconscious. There is no part of you that can be free from what God is. You have opened yourself to God. You have dedicated yourself to God and to the great work. Surrender whatever you are, whatever you have, to the omnipresence of the one life, this one universal spirit. With each breath, the ever-living God surges into your body and fills every cell with life, love, and freedom. is in us, and we are in God. Now take a deep breath and return to your normal state of consciousness.
Never really wear it. Someone else will love them on Vinted. Just snap a pic, list your item. Easy. Once it sells, the buyer covers shipping. And with 0 selling fees, you keep every dollar. Sell
The tree of life. The Kabbalah is an archaic system of Jewish mysticism. For us moderns, the Jewishness may readily be omitted, and most of its mysticism may also be left out, leaving only a simple philosophical or mathematical structure called the tree of life. Said Eliphas Levi almost a century ago, on penetrating into the sanctuary of the Kabbalah, one is seized with admiration at the sight of a doctrine so simple and at the same time so absolute. The necessary union of ideas and signs, the consecration of the most fundamental realities by primitive characters, the trinity of words, letters, and numbers. A philosophy simple as the alphabet, profound and infinite as the Logos. Theorems more luminous and complete than those of Pythagoras. A theology which may be epitomized by counting on the fingers. An infinity which can be held in the hollow of an infant's hand. 10 numerals and 22 letters, a triangle, a square, and a circle. Such are the elements of the Kabbalah. Such are the primary principles of the written word, shadow of that spoken Logos which created the world. Each student has the task to ascertain for himself, where the Kabbalah is concerned, what must be considered true and reliable, and to set up on his own score a reliable standard of reference. This standard can only be spiritual experience. For this reason, the tree of life has been adopted as the framework of practical magic, since it is, in the first place, open to synthetic and constructive classification, and because it provides what may suitably be called a magical alphabet. It must be noted that the word alphabet is used, and it is so used in preference to the word language and the developments therefrom. The Kabbalah does not attempt to provide a complete magical language or an entire philosophy. Only by spiritual experience may the latter be acquired. But from the alphabet of ideas, numbers, and symbols, and the intimations which it presents, the student may find himself enabled, with the aid of magical research, and with the aid of the inner spiritual experience, to construct a satisfactory edifice of a high philosophy which will take him through life. Previously, the tree of life was considered as a numerical symbol of the orderly progression of the universe from ideality, as a classifying medium to which to refer systematically the spiritual hierarchies, and finally, as a frame of reference for ideas, symbols, and signs which enter into practical magic.
The Sephiroth may be thought of as cosmic forces, as emanations whose chief sphere of operation is in the macrocosm. The Sephiroth, I might add, are the basic concepts to be found on the Tree of Life. The crown, the first Sephira, represents the self-existent spirit, eternal, supreme, birthless and deathless, and sublimely persistent through the fleeting ages. It is by definition a metaphysical
You've been drinking all tonight?
sensitive point of consciousness.
I couldn't stop a vehicle at the gas station.
Which flows all the As direct vehicles are the next two Sephiroth, the powers of Chachma and Binah, wisdom and understanding, the two manifested poles of the creative instrument which it employs. Yet not only are they instruments, but they are in reality the highest aspects of the activity of the spiritual being whose hallowed light is infinite and eternal. In man, these two Sephiroth are represented by principles which we call the will and intuition. Existing on the creative plane, representing the potencies emanating from the divine self in the archetypal world, the will and soul constitute with the self the imperishable, unchanging man. Yet so absurd are the ways of men, and so far have we drifted from essentials, that few of us consciously realize our essential Godhood. Yet we, like Christ, like Buddha, like Krishna, are sons of God, gods in all verity. As the will is the active, energetic, creative power in man, and inasmuch as in practical magic, the wand is the ceremonial instrument of creation, so is the wand the true symbol of the spiritual will, one, upright, towering to the heavens, a mighty and irresistible power of creation. The intuition, being in opposition to will on the tree, is feminine and passive, representing the true spiritual vision of the soul, or imagination. Like the chalice on the altar, it is ever open to receive the dictates and commands issuing from above. To it also is referred the spiritualized imagination, which, with the will, are the powers par excellence utilized in magic. The more one opens oneself to the divine will and the divine imagination of the inner self, the greater does one become in the manifestation of one's Godhood, an oracle of the Most High, a spotless vehicle of the purest spiritual fire.
If your belly is the reason why you are hiding your pictures, do these 4 Tai Chi exercises daily for 2 minutes each.
I'm 61, and today I'm done with the gym, starting Tai Chi at home. This is me after 28 days. My back pain is gone. I forgot what that felt like.
On Monday, April 27th, we're starting
Vehicle of the purest spiritual fire. Below the abyss, the next 5 Sephiroth are in the human soul, a composite principle of reason, will, imagination, memory, and emotion, centered in the Sephira of harmony. It is this mind which is the evolutionary vehicle of the real self, a mechanism, so to speak, created to long the is centered. Although the psychological anomaly is true, that this perceptual mechanism, evolved solely as an instrument, comes to usurp the power of that which gave it birth, setting itself on a pedestal as the ego, as that which has real power, insight, will, and the ability to solve the problems of life. In magic, it is this empirical ego, this lower self, which must be offered up in sacrifice to the higher self. As the concept of sacrifice implies that that which is renounced should be the best and the greatest sacrifice, so a well-developed mind, well-trained in all the processes of logic and thought, well-stored with things of its own realm, is the greatest sacrifice which the student can lay upon the altar as an offering to the Most High. He that loses his life,
this big motherfucker better not blow up by nuclear shit. I'm gonna go look on this bitch.
Some misconstruction based upon the word destruction and abnegation and sacrifice of the ego. Let it be understood clearly that the principle itself is not destroyed. That, of course, is an impossibility in nature. But the false values of the ego, its complacency, the illusion that it possesses, that it alone is real and permanent, all else being its creations, these are offered for destruction. When the smugness and the false egoism in the mind is rooted out, it is an instrument of the soul than which few could be better. The ninth sephira is the foundation of the lower man. It is the Freudian id, and it is that lunar, vegetative, and instinctual principle which is concerned solely with living. This animal soul is at one and the same time a principle of energy and electromagnetic substance, the totality of the vital life currents, as well as the invisible magnetic mold on which the gross atoms arrange themselves as the physical body. As a substantive principle, it is the astral body, the plastic double built of astral substance, to serve as the basis or design of the physical body. It pertains to the instincts and impulses, acting as an automatic storehouse of sensations and impressions, just as the old term, the collective unconscious, may well be applied to the more archaic concept of the astral light. All the fundamental instincts of a man, the primal root impulses which he experiences, are of the sephira of Yesod, the foundation from which all life energy flows. All of these principles obtain and function as a living organism in the principle of the physical body, attributed to the 10th and last sephira of the tree of life called the kingdom. It is the seat of every force and function of all the subtle planes of nature and every spiritual power of man. In all truth, and in this fundamental sense, the human body is in reality the temple of the Holy Ghost.
What would you tell a man who's been late to everything for 40 years, no matter how hard he tries to be on time? I tell him,
William James, in his Gifford Lectures of the early part of this century, wrote that one conclusion that was forced upon him as a result of certain experiments that he had conducted had forced upon him that it is our normal waking consciousness, rational consciousness as we call it, is but one special type of consciousness, while all about it, parted from it by screens, their light potential forms of consciousness entirely different. We may go through life without even suspecting their existence. But apply the requisite stimulus, another touch, they are there in all their completeness. Definite types of mentality, which probably somewhere have their field of application and adaptation. Magic is the name for some archaic psychological methods which, to use James' term, apply the requisite stimulus to reveal outcomes which are ever present, but remain as a rule totally unsuspected. Once this magical stimulus is applied, and these levels are tapped, there occurs what has been labeled illumination, the flooding of the mind with light. Before I was blind, but now I see. This so-called transcendental experience, to be reached by ritual and other technical procedures, is the heart of this archaic, Kabbalistic, and magical system, and can hardly be guessed at, save by some shrewd and penetrating modern psychologists such as Carl Jung and A. Maslow. It is with the mind, which I wish in particular to occupy myself at some little length. Although it comprises the 5 Sephiroth, numbers 4 to 8 inclusive, its central seat is in Kitover, so-called.
The city took it and auctioned her off.
And equilibrium. One problem which concerns the magician is the fact that inherent in the mind is a principle of self-contradiction which prevents its use, independent of any superior systems, in the quest for truth and light. Using the reason alone, man can never come to any true realization of what he is in himself. That is, he can never understand by the mind alone that he is an eternal spiritual entity, a brilliant star, shining by the light of its own essence, within the bespangled body of Nuit, the queen of infinite space.
Farewell, Lady Hawk.
The Lord out quite clearly in the mysteries, that not by discursive reasoning or through
I should have taken the motor off of her, but I didn't want 1 million sliders and gasoline and one nothing. I said I could have put them
of the higher spiritual power
farewell, Lady
by
Hawk.
means of the right of magic that we have already defined, that the consummation of the long ages is effected. What we call so casually the imagination of the ordinary man is, according to the exponents of magic, the major faculty of the soul to assimilate the images and reflections of these other levels of awareness of which James speaks. The imagination is the vision of the soul, whereby it perceives directly and immediately ideas and thoughts of every kind. The spiritual exercises of St. Ignatius of Loyola are really one specific form of magical procedure. There,
I should have taken the motor
counsels
off
his
of her,
disciples
but I
to
didn't want 1 million
relive in the
sliders.
sphere of the imagination
I guess I could have put that
all
on
the
top of
events
the
in the outward
farewell,
historical
Lady Hawk.
life
I have a city.
of
I have a
Jesus.
city ticket and auction her off.
By this method, they are to train their imaginations to see, touch, smell, and taste those invisible things and rehearse those incidents long since accomplished and vanished, which were perceived through the senses of their incarnated Lord. Saint Ignatius desires the imagination to be exalted to its uttermost. If you are meditating on an article of faith, he would have you construct the locality clearly, and with exactitude before the vision of the mind's eye, to observe it carefully and closely, even to touch it, as it were. If it be hell, for example, he gives you burning rocks to handle. He makes you float in a frightful darkness as thick as pitch. He places liquid sulfur upon your tongue. Your nostrils are filled with a stench as of hell itself. He shows you torment, causing you to hear excruciating groans. He will construct the vision of Calvary, with the glorified Christ crowned with thorns on the cross, accomplishing the redemption of mankind, surveying the heavens with pained eyes, while calling upon his Father in heaven. He would have you envisage the startling wonder of the resurrection and the miracles performed long ago in Palestine. All of this, St. Ignatius bids your will to create in imagination by constant exercise, and thus, in this way, apply James's stimulus to reveal these other levels of consciousness which are present at every moment of our lives.
Zesty, creamy, perfect for pizza. It's Domino's new slice sauce. Grab one tonight and get dipping already.
Change the battery a few times every
Perseverance
restriction
and
and
constant
winter.
application will certainly
It's very
a
annoying.
will which is indomitable,
It's very
a
annoying.
mind capable
The
of
car
prolonged
on my assault
concentration,
drains the
and
battery a
above
few times
all,
before the start.
an imagination which is the essence of creativeness. One of the exercises that is analogous to those recommended by St. Ignatius is on a more prosaic level.
The car alarm is
The
always
student
drains
is
the
to
battery a
picture
few
to
times
himself,
before
for
the start.
example, that is sitting by a mighty waterfall, a Niagara, and before his inner eye, let him create an image of the river high up in its source, murmuring and rambling peacefully along. Then let him conceive of its gradual approach to the precipice, wild torrents of maddened waters, swirling hither and thither in churning cascades of whitened foam, tumbling against the rocky boulders, and being irresistibly hurled forward over the edge. Let him further imagine these thousands of tons of water, surging headlong over the precipice, with a constant reverberating echo of thunder. Conceive then the spray being shot out in all directions, the beauty of the snowy surf refracting the sunlight into iridescent rainbows full of brilliant color and hue. And let him hear, in a pioneering marvel, the deep, thunderous voice of the terrific impact of their volume against the lower rocks and waters. The student may also construct in imagination more familiar things, noise of a speeding train, the taste of chocolate, the smells of sweet perfumes and incenses, and the touch of burning coal. Not only must the imaginative formulation of the sense be distinct, that is to say, the taste of chocolate or other sweet caramels, for example, should be clearly imagined. But also the student should so train himself as to sustain or prolong the image or impression. By these efforts of the imagination, its power will germinate and grow, developing beyond conception, and with the passage of time, a new power of creativity and vision will come to him. Similarly, in the Hindu system, there is the prescription of meditation for much the same purpose on the planets, or the colored symbols of the elements, of which they claim 5. Combinations of these 5 produce 30 sub-elements and elements, the pictorial symbols of which make remarkably good objects for the exercise of the imagination. There is a red triangle for fire, a horizontal silver crescent for air,
sometimes regular.
a blue circle for water, a yellow square for earth, and a black egg for spirit. The combination of any 2 symbols, such as a red triangle surmounting a silver crescent, or a small blue circle placed in the middle of a yellow square, seem in a most singular way to stand out from the dark background of the inner vision and to stimulate all the powers of the imagination. Only a short time suffices to procure efficiency in the visualization of these symbols. In his introduction to a book entitled The Yoga Aphorisms of Patanjali, William Q. Judge made the statement that the ancient Hindu sages knew the secret of the development of the will and how to increase tenfold both its power and efficacy. This secret of the ages, the enhancement of the power of will and wisdom, has never really been lost. Will, to the student of the divine magic, is the primary factor in the production of whatever spiritual changes he proposes. The will is neither good nor bad. It is power only, and so vitalizes all things alike. In a sense, here is where a certain danger of magic intrudes. It is not enough for the student to become God-intoxicated and elect in the knowledge and conversation of his higher self. Great as this is in itself, it is not yet enough. For into him whose mind is disorderly and ignorant and poorly disciplined, the gods pour their wine in vain. Because the mind is abdicated to reach a higher synthesis and a nobler kind of consciousness, there is no cause to neglect the application of that faculty to the methods pertaining to its own place in nature. That is why, under the ancient systems, grammar, philosophy, science, and logic were taught to cultivate and so improve the mind, and mathematics too, because the methods of that science were disciplinary and orderly. Geometry, and the arts were also inculcated, and a system of symbols was deduced therefrom. Now, the consequence of all these disciplines is obvious. As time progresses through this technique, the student accomplishes 2 separate things, both of them being major aspects of what we have come to call the great work. A perpetual vigilance, approximating a most powerful current of willpower, has been generated. This, from the beginning, tends to bring all the activities of the human being under conscious control of the will. The second aspect of accomplishment is that not only does the student find himself in possession of a greatly enhanced will, but that the mind itself, all the faculties comprised in the ego, previously so troublesome and lacking in concentration, has gradually, because of the dynamic will and these various disciplines, has been placed under control. And in this way, the student becomes enabled to fulfill the terms of what James so eloquently wrote. We apply the necessary stimulus, and there we find in all their completeness these definite types of consciousness which must play an enormous role in the future evolution of mankind. Stand erect. Spread your feet slightly apart. Take a deep breath. Stretch and twist your body. Relax the muscles. Twist and stretch again. Relax. Exhale and let your body flop from the waist, dangling like a rag doll. Inhale and bring your body back into the upright position. Loose and relaxed, but upright. Exhale, let your body flop again. Inhale, coming up from the floor. Exhale, flopping forward. Inhale, up and relax. Exhale, flop like a rag doll. In, up, 3, 4, out, flop, 3, 4. In, up, 3, 4, out, flop, 3, 4. Wiggle your body, up and down like a snake. Turn it loose as if it were boneless. Let go completely. Arms, head, neck and shoulders, all loose. No tension. Make yourself comfortable. Let us ask for divine guidance at the beginning of each session. O Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, ruler of the light and the darkness, we adore thee and we invoke thee. Look thou with favor upon me, who now standeth before thee, and grant thine aid unto the highest aspirations of my soul, that I may be enabled to accomplish the great work, to the glory of thine ineffable name. Amen. You feel the first results of relaxation. A warm feeling all over. You feel the tingling and the vibrancy of your body. Your mind is calm. We are going to deepen your level of relaxation through rhythmic breathing. You will hear my voice count in the background. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. Breathe in slowly, counting 4, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Out, 2, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in unison with the count 4. In, 2, 3, a 4. Hold beat. 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3. I will accompany the voice count with guidance and instruction. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2. You will find it easy to concentrate and follow my suggestions. Out. Try not to let your mind wander. In. Focus it on the metronome and the breathing. 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 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 3. Gradually, the mind accustoms itself to the rhythmic breath.
What was that?
The lungs spontaneously take up the rhythm. 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Soon it will become automatic. 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 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 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Keep up this rhythm. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. My count will help you to focus your attention on your rhythmic breathing. 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2. Watch and follow each breath in and out. In, 2. Mentally counting with me. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. 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 Out, 2, 3, 4. Mental counting helps you concentrate on your breathing. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. attention back to your breathing. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. 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 Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3. Imagine and feel the breath coming in. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. Follow it as it fills your lungs. In, 2, as the new oxygen flows into your blood. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Follow your breath as you exhale, as the impurities are taken from the blood and expelled from your body. 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 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 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2. Concentrate on your rhythmic breathing. 2, 3. If your mind wanders, 2. Gently bring it back. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. 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 In, 2, 3, 4. Rhythmic breathing deepens the calmness of your mind. 2, 3. Enhances your ability to concentrate. 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 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 3, 4. In, 2. Focus your mind on the rhythm. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2. Your lungs and diaphragm take up this rhythm spontaneously. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. your thoughts wander from what we are doing, gently lead them back. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 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 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3. As the lungs take up the rhythm automatically, inhaling and exhaling, this rhythm gradually is extended to all of the body tissues and cells. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 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 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3. Enjoy the deep relaxation that rhythmic breathing brings. In. 2. The whole process is simple and pleasurable. 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. 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 In. 2, 3. Continue breathing and mentally counting 3, 4. Until rhythmic breathing becomes an automatic reflex. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, breathing gently, in, easily, 3, rhythmically. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. You are calm and relaxed. 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3. Rhythmic breathing has been taken up by your lungs. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. 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 In, 2, 3, 4. Stand erect. Spread your feet slightly apart. Take a deep breath. Stretch and twist your body. Relax the muscles. Twist and stretch again. Relax. Exhale and let your body flop from the waist, dangling like a rag doll. Inhale and bring your body back into the upright position. Loose and relaxed and upright. Exhale, let your body flop again. Inhale, coming up from the floor. Exhale, flopping forward. Inhale, up and relax. Exhale, flop like a rag doll. In, up, 3, 4, out, flop, 3, 4. In, up, 3, 4, out, flop, 3, 4. Wiggle your body, up and down like a snake. Turn it loose as if it were boneless. Let go completely. Arms, head, neck and shoulders, all loose. No tension. Make yourself yourself comfortable. Let us ask for divine guidance at the beginning of each session. O Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, ruler of the light and the darkness, we adore thee and we invoke thee. Look thou with favor upon me, who now standeth before thee, and grant thine aid unto the highest aspirations of my soul, that I may be enabled to accomplish the good, to the glory of thine ineffable name. Amen. You feel the first results of relaxation. A warm feeling on. You feel the tingling and the vibrancy of your body. Your mind is calm. We are going to deepen your level of relaxation through rhythmic breathing. You will hear my voice count in the background. In, 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out. Breathe in slowly, counting 4. 2, 3, 4, out. 2, 3, 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in unison with a count. 4. In, 2, 3, a 4-fold beat. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3. I will accompany the voice count with guidance and instruction. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2. You will find it easy to concentrate and follow my suggestions. Out. Try not to let your mind wander. In. Focus it on the metronome and the breathing. 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 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 3. Gradually, the mind accustoms itself to the rhythmic breath. 2, 3, 4. In, 2. The lungs spontaneously take up the rhythm. 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Soon it will become automatic. 4. In, 2, 3, 4. this rhythm. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. My count will help you to focus your attention on your rhythmic breathing. 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2. Watch and follow each breath. 2. In and out. In, 2. Mentally counting with me. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. 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 Out. 2, 3, 4. Mental counting helps you concentrate on your breathing. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. 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 If your mind wanders, 3, 4. The count will help you bring your attention back to your breathing. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. 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 Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3. Imagine and feel the breath coming in. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. Follow it. It fills your lungs. In, 2. As the new oxygen flows into your blood. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Follow your breath as you exhale. 3, 4. As the impurities are taken from the blood and expelled from your body. 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 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 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2. Concentrate on your rhythmic breathing. 2, 3. If your mind wanders, 2. Gently bring it back. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, calmness of your mind. 2, 3. Enhances your ability to concentrate. 3, 4.